Hey everybody, welcome back to the Progressive Voice here. Got another news story to break to you guys. Got a headline here, quote, Bernie Sanders has a plan to back up a major Trump campaign promise. Got a Huffington Post article and a Washington Post article. Links will be in the description below. Okay, so now this sounds quite mysterious, doesn't it? Well, it turns out that Bernie Sanders actually has a plan to back up and support Trump's his rhetoric and what he said about scrapping NAFTA and being against the TPP and generally speaking being against outsourcing of jobs by corporations. Now, what is outsourcing of jobs? So, it is when corporations in America don't actually have their stuff made in America, and therefore the workers are not American. Now, why would they not want to do that? Well, if the corporations pay people in, for example, Malaysia or China, they have lower wages, so they make more money. So, in return of these people not getting jobs here, the corporations also make more money. So, I am actually for this. I think there should be restrictions definitely put upon this because I feel that not only does it deprive the American people of jobs, but also the corporations benefiting from it does not really benefit our economy because they do not use it straight back into the economy, which not giving it stimulus, right? If you give it to the families, they are going to spend it, right? But the corporations just like to hoard the money. And also, I think it's very shady that, they put their money in the Cayman Islands, the tax havens, and all that type of stuff. But anyways, let's get into the first quote here. According to the Huffington Post, quote, Senator Bernie Sanders said he will pursue new laws to ensure that President-elect Donald Trump's lofty campaign trail promises to keep U.S. factory jobs in the country come to pass. So they want to make sure that the U.S. factory jobs stay in the country. So they want to actually put an extremely heavy tax upon corporations if they actually import their goods. So that's interesting, isn't it? Another quote. Quote, I will soon be introducing legislation to make sure that Donald Trump keeps his promise to prevent the outsourcing of American jobs, said Sanders said in a statement Saturday. For the sake of American workers, this is a promise that cannot and must not be broken. So I agree with him here completely. It is important that the American workers have jobs because without it, our economy is very hesitant to stimulate and to grow. And also, the corporations getting more money does not benefit the economy in any way. So, okay, so now Donald Trump, right? He's been railing against NAFTA and the TPP all his campaign, and he said about how, we're gonna put penalties on corporations who actually outsource their jobs. Well, you guys remember he's a huge, huge businessman, and he's pretty much spent his whole life making money at anybody's expense. So at the American people's expense. So I went on Washington Post, found an article about how he actually outsourced his own jobs because he has lots of items, right? Like he has suits and hats. I don't know if hats, but yeah. Anyway, stuff like that, right? That are not actually made in America. So we got a quote from Washington Post today. Donald J. Trump collection shirts, as well as eyeglasses, perfume, cufflinks, and suits, are made in Bangladesh, China, Honduras, and other low-wage countries. Okay, so the key word there being low-wage countries. None of those were America. All those jobs could have been gone to American workers, and in return, because of the money they would be making, our economy would also stimulate and it would become better. And of course, the deprivation of jobs for the American people, I think, is just simply retarded. So, another quick quote. Quote, Trump's daughter Ivanka, a vice president at his company and frequent campaign surrogate, markets hundreds of additional products under her own line of jewelry and clothing. Many are made in China. Okay, China. Keyword, China. That's not the U.S. That means that they pay much lower money for the people to make it in China and than they would in America, so they profit off of it. While the American workers are finding themselves in a position with the lack of opportunities and jobs because of this type of stuff. So if Trump has said all this stuff, all this campaign rhetoric about being against outsourcing jobs and he wants to scrap NAFTA and all that stuff, how can we trust it because knowing his past of him actually outsourcing his own fucking jobs? I think that we need to hope that he does, but most likely than not, he's played you.